Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie, and this is a weather and lifestyle news show, one of my favorite shows, especially today. That alien is back. Yeah, they showed it yeah, I don't know if you guys realize there was a hearing this morning with the UFO and NASA and a few others that spoke. And lo and behold, here comes the Mexico alien. I made fun of it yesterday. Now I'm wondering if I ought to take it back. Yeah. Whoa. Um, and hello to Karen, and I believe, oh, no, I haven't seen Susan yet. And then they're saying this Hurricane Lee could hit Nantucket. I think it missed you, Karen. Did you throw out the salt and you salt over the right shoulder and all that to keep it away from y'all? But it seems to created some high tide, rip tides, and a strong thunderstorm and possible flooding. So it looks like it's going to be Nantucket. And so I got a little bit, and then a few selected got to ride on a plane to look at the blue skies and take a look at the hurricane. So here we go.
Hurricane Lee continues its movement northward. There's been no changes to the watches and warnings in place, but what has changed is the wind speeds. Those have come down just a little bit for the 2 p.m. advisory. Sustained winds are at 85 miles per hour. The storm's still moving to the north at 14 miles per hour, but an increase in forward speed is expected through Saturday. Lee, however, is going to remain a very large and dangerous storm. The center will pass to the west of Bermuda through Thursday night, bringing 1 to 4 inches of rainfall there. Here's a look at the projected storm surge, ranging from 1 to 4 feet if peak surge occurs at high tide. Hurricane Lee is still on track to approach New England and Atlantic Canada Friday and Saturday, but we are still going to be tracking this storm well into Sunday. Remember, the rip current risk continues. We're going to continue to emphasize that like a broken record because it's dangerous. Amounts of 1 to 4 inches as far as rainfall are expected for portions of New England.
So just about the time I say Nantucket, they're going to move it north. Uh, well, it was Nantucket that I heard. And then the biggest amount of rainfall on the backside of the storm is going to go to Nantucket. And Provincetown, I believe, is what they said. So wherever he lands, we will see. Um, Earthquakes, Karen, boy, this is just the earthquake thing is too weird. Let me see if I need to pull it over and drop it in here. Um, 19 earthquakes. It was 17 earlier, and wow, 19 really? It's not okay. And the recent one, well, they have it over in the islands, but there was one over in Papua New Guinea of 5.6. 19, really? Huh. And it looks like a lot of them are just plaguing the United States. Now, the recent one now is over in Puerto Rico at a 3.0. Now, we got some big ones. Northern Colombia, 5.1. And then we had San Pablo, Colombia, 5.2. We had one over where the earthquake has recently hit over in Morocco. It could be an aftershock of 4.6. Then we have one down on southeast of Easter Island, 4.9. I seen a 5.0. 4.4 in Argentina. We have a 4.5 and Chile. Remember, they were all fives. They dropped a little bit and less of them. Um, and Indonesia, Japan, Alaska, it's all quiet, very eerily quiet, almost like walking into a dark forest, feeling like somebody's watching you. So I'm going to go on down through the Pinnacles, California, 3.4. On the fault line, Johannesburg, California, 2.7. Gulf of California, 4.0. Chatzingo, Mexico, 4.0. And Costa Rica, 4.5. Now, what I wanted to go over was this one was deep over in Papua New Guinea. Now, when you move over to the States, shallow again, almost surface. When we go up to Utah, Summit Park, Utah, that was shallow. Um, get this, Johannesburg, that was like surface again. We're seeing almost surface type of earthquakes. Um, this one here in the Gulf of California, that was just below the surface, about 8 miles deep. What is going on here? 5.4 kilometers. Um, this was in Northeast Falls City, Texas. These are all surface. And, I've been pointing that out a lot this week. I haven't heard Dutch since mention it, but this is very odd. The lack of earthquakes after so many that's dropped down to a 17 to 19. From um, Papua New Guinea all the way over to the States on the Ring of Fire is absolutely quiet. Wow, what is going on? Well, I guess we'll have to see. Um, I did the Puerto Rico one, and I wanted to get the other Puerto Rico at 3.8. So quiet, eerily quiet, and all of them are on the surface. So if you guys get one as it comes up, any of us, I think, could get one at this point. Um, on the east side of the United States, it could go to where I'm at. It could go Oklahoma City. It might go up to even Maine. We don't know. We just don't know. And will it be strong or will it weaken? Um, or is it just going to go quiet in the United States? We don't. This is, like I said, it's eerily very quiet. Wow. Karen, what do you think? This is kind of odd. All right. So, um, now hurricane hunters got a, a chance to ride. And this was basically yesterday, and they got to see that the sky, blue sky, was peeking through Lee's eye during a hurricane hunter's flight. So this is something that they do at least once a year. Well, they'll take the hurricane hunters up and let them take a look at the eye. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Depends on how strong the hurricane is. So this is a neat look at what they got to see. So I know everybody would want to see the whole hurricane. Yeah. But this, they say, was a rare opportunity to see the blue sky right in the center of the hurricane. I thought it was pretty cool. All right. So, cruise ship that ran aground in Greenland has finally been freed. Um, and nobody really knew about it. I didn't know about it. And I said, really, there was a cruise ship stuck? But this is the kind of stuff I look too far into this. This is why I won't go on a cruise ship. I hear of all the unruly passengers, people that disappear, and yeah, um, and then they get stuck. I'd be on one that would be stuck. No, okay. So this luxury cruise ship, MV Ocean Explorer, was successfully pulled free in Greenland on this morning. And 3 days after running around with 2,000 people on board. Um, so it was grounded. And they said pilot error or ship captain error. The ship was freed by fisheries research vessel at high tide. And the cruise ship owner, Copenhagen based Sunstone Ships and Arctic Command, which had been coordinating the ship. They were the ones that are going to be charged with this. So people got an extra 3 days. I don't know if they wanted to be stuck, but they got an extra 3 days on that ship. Mosquitoes feared for spreading diseases now bred to fight the disease. A batch of mosquitoes modified to carry bacteria to a hold to spread viruses were recently released in Honduras. And they're hoping this takes. And what it is mosquitoes that will kill other mosquitoes. Um, we got to do something, little pesky things. We're almost to the end of mosquito season. For decades, preventing viruses and dengue fever in Honduras has meant teaching people to fear mosquitoes and to avoid their bites. Now Hondurans are now being educated about an effective way to control the disease, and it goes against everything they learned, which explains why dozens of people cheered last month um, with a jar filled with mosquitoes above his head, and then freed the buzzing insects. They unleashed these mosquitoes that will kill or subdue these ones that bite and spread the disease. Huh. They said this is done within the last decade. Science has come a long way. We just don't want to eat their bugs. Yeah. Can you? I don't. Karen, do you think a mosquito would even? I don't even think that would be a morsel. I'd rather have a chocolate kiss than a mosquito. They have come up with the weirdest things to feed us. I tell you. All right. So, California woman set fire to Target as a distraction to do what? She wanted to steal baby formula. Karen, was that you? No, Karen, was that you? Did you? No, you don't live in California. Well, who do I know out in California that has a baby? I got quite a few friends out there with brand new grandbabies. Yeah. This was in Buena Park, California. Caused 500,000 in damages and another million in retail loss. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at her. Let's take a look at the criminal. Yeah, there she is. Only shows it to her nose, so I'm not cutting you guys off. She intentionally set fire inside the store, and so this was last week. Cynthia Torres, 40. Yeah, if you know her, tell her go get her. Go call her a bad person for this. $1 million in retail losses, mostly due to water and smoke damage. The fire started about 7 p.m. and the officers responded with the fire department. And come to find out, she just said she had to steal the baby formula, lots of it. And in the midst of the commotion, she almost got away with it. Almost got away with it. Yeah, idiot. I agree with Mary. Idiot. And folks, that I know it's hard, and we're going through a tough time in this country where the cost of baby formula is horrible. Uh, Karen even said milk, just to get, when you switch your baby off formula to milk, the milk is crazy price. So what do you give your baby? Well, what I would suggest, folks, if you can't afford it, look online, find home remedies, because sometimes they would use, I'm thinking it's carnations of canned milk that our grandmas great grandmas fed our grandmothers. I think that's what it was. It was a type of canned milk. Look to other avenues. Find out what they did, uh, in our grandma's days, our great grandma's days, us being grandmas or moms. Well, even especially the moms of today's don't know about these different things that were used even during the Depression. So go look, and don't set Target on fire. Boy, what are these people thinking when they do this? Ah, Costco. I know we all use Costco or what is it? The not Sam's. But it's not Sam's because everybody was saying Sam's. I heard Sam's and then I looked it up and it was actually Costco. And it's because one of my friends know I eat a lot of soup. They said, you got to don't go to Costco's. I said, well, we only got Sam's here. So no Costco's unless I want to drive to Little Rock. Okay, so what they're doing is um, the soup. It's kettle cuisine. One of the warehouse food manufacturers recalled soup due to the presence of gluten. For those unfamiliar, um, Kirkland Signature Chicken Tortilla Soups is labeled as gluten free. Was sent to the stores, and now they are finding out there is gluten in it. So if you can't have that gluten, don't eat this. Don't eat the kettle cuisine or Kirkland signature chicken tortilla soup. Boy, that's a mouthful. All right. Well, I'm getting done early today. I might have to add some. Okay. The alien's back. The alien is back. This non-human beings at the UFO hearing today. And I thought, oh boy, I'm gonna have to come back in and tell you guys that he was at the UFO. Yeah, there he is. Let me bring his picture down a little bit. Yeah, there he is. I showed it to you yesterday and I made fun of it. And I was talking to Lee earlier and I said, it looks like a baby to me, a big baby. And then if you increase the picture, there's a nose. That's what got me. There's a nose on this little fella and a very small mouth, and the head isn't really that big. Now, how many have heard these 10, 11, 12-pound babies? Even though this guy's got a lot of bones on him, but he's only got 3 fingers. Okay, well, yeah, they released that today that had 3 fingers, and I thought, okay, and they date it back over thousands of years. Karen might have to throw popcorn at me for making fun of this little fella yesterday. But they are saying his DNA evidence could prove the specimens were not of this planet, but it wasn't clear if any test had been carried out. That's my problem. I want to know the DNA. I want to know the test. I want to know how old this mummy, the baby, is. Or is it a baby? And 3 fingers. Now, is it missing 3 fingers or was it born with 3 fingers? Is it natural or did this baby, or not baby, I shouldn't call it a baby, this alien lose his fingers due to they were cut off or removed? They're not showing a whole bunch on this thing. So now I'm going to have to go back and look at the other pictures and blow them up and take a good look at this fella. I was all about making fun of him yesterday, and it was a journalist that found him. And then today, lo and behold, I'm watching the UFO hearings, thinking maybe I'd find something out. And lo and behold, here comes little Alien X. And I was like, oh boy, yeah. So is this an alien? They took it to the hearings of disclosure from NASA. Um, they're saying it's non-human. The remains discovered in Peru. Um, though the specimens he presented Tuesday in Mexico City appeared different to the ones he previously spoke about in 2015. Um, and Peru has they debunked him. So is he real? What is it with all these UFOs? Everybody's coming out of the woodwork with this picture, that picturing. Uh, and I watched that whole hearing and I didn't learn nothing. I was waiting to hear them say, could be. And the only thing was there are millions of planets, and planets that we have not even discovered yet, and planets that have suns and moons and many thousands of stars. So there's a possibility. So why'd they come out and tell us that? We already knew that. Boy. All right. So what do you think, folks? What do you think, chat? Is he real? I think it's just a baby. I think it's a baby that was buried and cherished and buried very well. We have you look at the mummies that we see from Egypt. This to me, it has a nose, and every time we've seen aliens, they don't have a nose. This has actually got a raised nose, like what you would see on a human. So okay, what's going on in Myrtle Beach? Karen, it wasn't me. I didn't leave this guy there. I don't even know this guy. And but he's from Richmond, Virginia. But the Myrtle Beach man featured in Netflix Tiger King. We'll learn his fate on Thursday. How many watch Tiger King? You guys watch that show? The judge basically, he is going to be hit with 2 counts of wildlife trafficking, 2 counts of conspiring to wildlife traffic. He was also tried on animal cruelty charges. And not only that, but he laundered over 500,000. But he did plead not guilty. He was charged in a federal wildlife trafficking case where he's accused of what did he do? Well, he trafficked lemurs, cheetahs, and a chimpanzee. They said they could possibly even find him doing tigers. What's been here forever, Karen? I didn't leave a man in Myrtle Beach, did I? Okay, so what about Arby's? I didn't even put Arby's in the description, but I kind of got a little excited here. So Arby's is they're all about the best burger is what they wanted to come up with. Well, here in Arkansas, of all places to start this, it's called the Big Game Burger. And it's they say Arby's has launched its first ever hamburger, and it's made with Wagyu beef. What is it? Well, it's 34% venison, 33% elk, and 33% ground beef. So, and it's topped with fried onions, pickles, Swiss cheese, and dark cherry steak sauce. I was good with it until they said cherry sauce. And I went, ugh, why would they do that? Won't just put Arby's sauce on it or something. Something. Why cherry sauce? I don't know what they're thinking. Who's testing this food out? Definitely not me. Hey, we got Maria Sebra. Did I pronounce that right? Soya. I'm sorry. Right there. All right, there we go. Welcome to the show, and we put you up on the board. Welcome, and of course, everybody probably jump in there and say welcome to Miss Mariah Sebra. So, all right. So run out if you guys see it. They say it's at different locations across the United States. So if it sounds good to you, go try one or ask them if they're good. Plan on bringing it in. Oh boy. All right. So we're off to school, back to school. Um, I got to get to the beginning of this, because um, okay. This is back to school quotes for the new school year. And they say, get an A plus, kids. Well, some of it's meant for moms, some of it's meant for dads, and some of them are just meant for kids and all the above. All right, so um, boy, this has got a big. All right, here we go. It's just a big white spaces in between everything. Huh, I never seen a site do that before. So, yeah, there's nothing in between. All right. So, throw that thumbs up for this one. Respect your parents. They passed school without Google. That's right. We didn't have Google or I would have cheated more. Education can get you the only thing that really matters in today's world, an assigned parking space. Yeah, you get you that good job, you get the parking space. Well, unless you got a handicap plate. Did you guys know that um, DV on a license plate means veterans? I didn't know that. I just found that out yesterday, and I was like, really? Some people that park and they don't have their handicap thing up in their on their mirror. Sometimes on their license plate, and it's a veteran because veterans get to park there too. All right. Um, School is a building which has four walls with tomorrow inside. If you think your teachers are tough, wait till you get a boss. If you think your teacher's an a-hole, wait till you get a boss. If you hate your teacher, wait till you get your boss. I like that one. There's more treasure in books than all the pirate loots on Treasure Island. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. I'm sorry. School bells are ringing loud and clear. Vacation's over. School is here. Winfred Marshall claimed that one. You have brains in your heads. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. And that was Lily Tomlin said that one. Yeah, but normally if they give you something to take home to think about, it's still homework. Yeah, a sense of curiosity is nature's original school of education. First day of school, make sure you know what your locker combination is. Yeah, and then you'll have to stand up with the half the other idiots in line trying to figure out what your locker number is. I've been there, done that. Yep. I even one year shut my dress in the locker and we couldn't get it out. And then I couldn't remember the combination. So then I had to wait for my friend to go up and stand in line on the second or third day of school. And of course, the bell rang. I was late for class. She was late for class. Yeah. Make sure you know it by heart. School is the easiest job you'll ever have, and it's way funner. School is a lot like toilet paper. You only miss it when it's gone. There is nothing on earth intended for innocent people so horrible as a school. It's not that I hate school. I just hate waking up early in the morning. That's every teenager's logic right there. They want to stay up like summer. They want to stay up all night on Xbox. And then, school comes around, they still want to stay up till 3 o'clock on Xbox. And it's too hard to get up. We all learn by experience, but some of us have to go to summer school. High school looks so much cooler on TV. All them teeny bopper shows make it look like everyone is popular. Not so much. You can drag my body to school, but my spirit refuses to go. I said school starts tomorrow. I didn't say I was going to be there. Yeah, the fun days of, do they even allow you to cut school anymore? I don't think so. I think if you're not spot on and you don't have a doctor's appointment or anything, a good one, yeah, you miss it and you got to pay it back. I would enjoy school more if I was allowed to bring a pillow. Yeah, those little itty bitty ones, the little airport pillows. Yeah, a little one. It fit right into your backpack, sit in the back of the class. Yeah. The job of an educator is to teach students to see the vitality in themselves. Well, that ain't happening no more. What happened to all the good teachers? Chad, did you guys really have a good teacher? Man, I had so many. Um, I'm going to have to say that Miss Zanella was one of my favorites, and that was at Don Julio Junior High. Yeah, she was great, and I know friends of mine from that I've known all my life would probably agree with that. I think we all had her. I didn't like the teachers my older sisters had. Boy, you get a teacher that your older siblings have, and the first day they're like in your face. You're not going to do what they did, are you? What'd they do? And then they tell you, and you're like, I'm going to tell mom. I'm going to tell mom. Yeah. Wow. Okay. The aim of education should be to teach us rather than how to think than what to think, rather to improve our minds so as to enable us to think for ourselves, than to load the memory with thoughts of other men. What if we wanted to think about men and boys in high school? Isn't that what all the girls did? Didn't we all think of boys back then? We didn't. I don't think they were young men. Yeah, don't call them a boy. Yeah, that don't get you a date. Yeah, you'd be left on dance night or prom night. Yeah, you called them boys. Oh, okay. Too often we give children answers to remember rather than problems to solve. Intelligence plus character. That is the true goal of education. And who is that by? Martin Luther King. All right, folks, that's it. And we got Lee coming up. And boy, me and Lee's got a really deep show. Um, me and him's climbing slowly up the ladder because he would love to really go fast on this, and I'm trying to slow him down. But we have a lot to say today, and so come on back in 30 minutes for the show. And if not, tomorrow's trivia night, and I will be separating trivia somehow. Probably the news, and then run a little bit of music and go into trivia with no news. A lot of people want to play trivia, and they're sending me emails saying if you could take the news out, we would play. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So tomorrow is Friday. Happy Thursday, folks. And I'm glad you joined us, and keep on coming back and keep on sharing. And of course, come back for the Weather and Lifestyle News Show. It's not that long, it's quick to watch. And then once you're done, if you would like to join us for some great news, come back in 30 minutes. Subscribe and hit that like button. Um, Ring My Bell. One of these days, I can't find a copy of Ring My Bell that they're going to allow me to use. It's all copyrighted. So I'm still searching. If not, go look it up. Ring My Bell. I think it was like a 60s or a 70s hit. All right, folks. Have a wonderful Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow. If not, come on back for me and Lee. We got a wonderful crime show, plus news. Um, hopefully you guys took the kiddos to church last night. If not, here comes the weekend. But don't miss trivia tomorrow. All right, folks, take care. Bye bye.